Okay, so we started the game really well. We come right out of the traps. It's certainly the side that looked more likely to score. On 4 minutes, Tammy Abraham, he has a shot which beats the keeper, and just by all the laws of geometry really, we're not 1-0 up because it smashes against the post. And it was a really good shot by Tammy, really sort of on the spin, hit it instinctively, and as I say, really unlucky not to have taken the lead there. On 10 minutes, we get behind them again. Saves Respiliqueta, some really good work from him, but the ball just falls behind Tammy. On 12, Pedro finds Mason Mount, who he drives a shot at goal, but David De Gea makes a really good save. We're all happy at that point. And then the real game changer was on 17 minutes when United were awarded a penalty. Kurt Zuma, where he went in a little bit too early. Maybe he should have sort of stood off Rashford, and Rashford steps up, takes the penalty and smashes it in. And for about 10 minutes, United were the better side, inspired by the crowd. We settled down. We were making a few errors in that time. We could see we were nervous, but on 35, Barkley came close with a low drive. 36, Zuma was having a bit of a nightmare, gets a booking for a foul on Pereira. On 39, Pedro plays it through to Barkley, and De Gea makes a save, and it comes out and it falls to Janino, and on the follow-up he makes another good save. And then on 40 minutes, Emerson smashes the bar. You couldn't be more unlucky. As I say, going in 1-0 at half-time, you just felt this is really, really unfortunate, and football can be a really, really cruel game, but it is what it is. We're all kind of expecting that the second half, if we play like we did in the first, everything will be fine. If we pick up in the second half, then within the first 3 minutes, Lingard picks up their first yellow for a foul on Kovacic. Mason Mount on 51's in for Pedro, but his effort is deflected wide. On 52, booking for Janino as he brought down, kind of took one for the team there. Because Lingard was through on pace. 55, Emerson again, but De Gea sort of beats it away. On 58, Tammy Abraham, he goes into the book. Pulisic comes on for Ross Barkley. 65, Marshall turns home across from Pereira with United on the counter-attack basically, and it's 2-0. A minute later, on 66, Giroud comes on for Tammy Abraham. Just after that, United, before you know it, are 3 up. A long ball basically played over the top from Pogba. Rashford on the run, and he slots it past Kepa, 3-0. It's game over then, basically. On 73, N'Golo Kante comes on for Janino. And then on 81, debut boy James rubs it in, making it 4. Where perhaps the referee could have brought back play because there was an injury to Kurt Zuma, head injury up the other end. Maybe the ball should be kicked out and play, I don't know. But anyway, it was game over anyway, and it didn't really matter. As I say, United, just clinical, 5 chances, 4 goals. And it was an experience, let's put it like that. But we all know the score. We've got a lot of players out. It was always going to be very, very difficult, this. You could almost name half a team which perhaps might have been playing today had they not been injured or out. So you've got to take it on the chin. We're going to have to roll with the punches this year and just see it for what it is. I thought there was lots of positives, even though the scoreline suggests that there isn't. Where I thought Mason Mount was superb. I thought Tammy Abraham had a really good game as well, and there were times where we absolutely dominated the play. It's quite a really weird one, really, watching and looking at that scoreline and thinking that's not a 4-0 defeat, but it is, and that's football, and that's what it's like at this level, and we just gotta basically wipe our mouth and just get on with it and accept it for what it is. It's a difficult game, Man United away, we all know that, and it's out of the way, and other teams have got to go to United, and it is what it is. Perhaps maybe if we had an easier game, we'd be 3 points on the board right now, but we're not. And we have to put it in perspective. It's game 1 with a lot of players to return. And as I say, it's a system that they're all going to get better over time. Keep the blue flag flying high, guys, and keep the faith.